Hello there, everyone. My name is Oversoul. This is Oversoul Gaming, and welcome back to Alan Wake 2. Here's a fun thing for you. This poster says Ati and the Janitors. It was a band that Ati was a part of back in the day. He sang a song called Yolten Yo, which means Sleepless Night. And it's actually, so this is where the lore of the franchise gets even more complicated. The lyrics of Yolten Yo, Sleepless Night, and actually the movie that Thomas Zane made based on it are all um, the original script of Alan's first book, Departure, but his revised version of Departure is the 2020 or the 2010 version of Alan Wake, and then the third draft of Departure is the remastered version of the first Alan Wake that they released recently, where instead of being a poet, Thomas Zane is now a filmmaker. Yeah, I probably should have mentioned that earlier, but you may remember that Thomas Zane was a poet in the original, hence the whole song The Poet and the Muse from Old Gods of Asgard. Well, in the remaster of Alan Wake and in all Remedy Connected Universe content moving forward, Thomas Zane is now a filmmaker instead of a poet. And he is referred to as a filmmaker in this game as well, so there's a little bit of retconning there. But we all know that Alan isn't the first person to have an interaction with Cauldron Lake that leads to the Dark Place and other stuff. We know that the old gods of Asgard have visited the Dark Place. Um, we know that Mr. Door has visited the Dark Place. Warland Door actually he used to live in Bright Falls. We know that from Control and reading the documents in that game that Sheriff Breaker, not Tim Breaker, but Sarah Breaker, the one from the first game, that her father, I think his name was Franklin, who was sheriff before her, also had a issue with the Dark Place. Remember, the old gods of Asgard actually accidentally summoned darkness during one of their songs to Bright Falls way before Alan ever visited here. You may remember that when the lightning hit their farm and they summoned the Scratching Hag, they have dealt with the Taken, this town, before Alan ever wrote his book or even showed up here. But the thing is, Alan has always been a para-utilitarian. He's always had the ability to peek into other people's lives, and it's where he got his inspiration from his books. So the reason why his books about Alex Casey are so much like the actual real detective himself is because when Alan got inspiration for those books that he wrote, he was using his seer powers to look into the real Alex Casey's life, and bits and pieces of what he saw inspired him to write those books. So yeah, all very complicated stuff. But yeah, other people, like the lake has always been here. The lake has always been a threshold for the paranormal world, for the dark place. And Alan being a para-utilitarian and his typewriter being an altered item just kind of like affected things here. But he's not the first one to have an encounter with the darkness or Cauldron Lake in this area. The old gods of Asgard have dealt with it. That's how one of them lost their eye. It got pulled out by the Scratching Hag. Um, and of course, Warland Door wandered into the lake, and that's how he got his powers. So yeah, there is a lot of lore in this franchise.
Have you ever heard of the cult of the tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness, possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something?
Well, let's profile him and find out.
Wake said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker.
I mean, obviously, Saga is a para-utilitarian as well, otherwise she wouldn't be able to do what she's doing right here. She's also a seer, much like Alan is. That's her power, except that she can profile people too
Wake has a double,
with it.
Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face, the dark place in your place, scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here, in Washington. He's hunting Wake.
But also the fact that Alan and Saga can communicate with each other the way that they were when he was trapped in the dark place is because they're both seers.
Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did.
I don't think
Or
it's
vice
just
versa.
I don't think it's just a seer thing though. I think all para-utilitarians can communicate with each other kind of telepathically.
Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have.
Thank
Be careful
you.
with them.
Oh, don't worry, we will. But yeah, you may remember in Control when Jesse would sometimes hear echoes of other characters like Trench or Dr. Darling. It would have like a silhouette of them on the screen, kind of like floating around in the foreground as they were talking. And you see how this game does the same thing. I think that's how para-utilitarians communicate with each other. I think that at least that's just part of it anyway.
Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon.
Okay. So it sounds like, well, let's listen to the full page. Where is it? Where'd it go? Where are the aha.
Standing inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. Her mind reeled from what the horror story was now claiming about her life, her past. She didn't accept it. She stepped out of the trailer. She needed air, but she wasn't alone. A cultist stared at her from behind a deer mask. She drew her weapon, shouted, ran after him.
Well, that's pretty ominous as to what's about to happen.
Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult.
Well, we do have more info on the cult. Let's see.
No.
Cult psychology. They see their victims as animals. Cult symbols. There we go. Ooh, the trail of the cult. I got new things here. Oh, right. The clicker.
The cult of the tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this.
Well, it sounds like we need to go to Watery then. I don't know why there's a symbol here for new stuff, but I don't have anything new. Oh, wait.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another
I-
message?
I thought I already put the pin for these up. Here we go, the story.
The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake. And the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance?
It has to be a horror story. It always has to be a horror story. That's how it works. Holy shit, I didn't know I had all this. Okay. I could have swore I already put this all up, but maybe I didn't. I don't know.
Doesn't make sense.
Trying to get through this as fast as I can. Oh, I think a lot of this we did just pick up from our conversation with Alan, so... We got a lot of information at once. Okay, that's the most I can do there. Got to put up these Alex Casey lunchboxes. Whoa, hey, that's a bit...
Nah.
Okay, that was glitchy. Alright, why do I still have a yellow thing on here? As if there's new stuff. There isn't. We figured
It's
it all
all on
out.
the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
From now on, we can switch between Alan and Saga's story via the bucket in the janitor's break room. By the way, we'll read the manuscript page that says more about this in the episode where I show you all the new stuff in the New Game Plus mode, the final draft. But I will tell you this much right now. That janitor's bucket in the safe rooms is from Ati, and the water that he used to make it so we can switch between stories, this water, he got it from the lake, from Cauldron Lake. So, yeah. The magic janitor man uses magic water to help us switch between stories.
You wrote these pages in the dark place. So why are we finding them here?
I think I wrote them. I remember writing an endless amount of pages, but when this happened before, the pages were being sent from the dark place to help me. Maybe the same thing is happening here.
That's all
But
for now, Mr.
how?
Wake. Thank you for your cooperation. I feel bad for these guys.
I don't know why it lets us pet all these deer heads. It's not like it's an actual collectible. But it's a thing.
I'm the only one who understands the forces behind this. I can help you.
No, that's not how this works.
We're gonna
You're a
eavesdrop.
civilian, and we don't do ride-alongs. And if Scratch is after you, then so is the cult. We don't know who we can trust here.
Damn it, you are making a mistake.
Mm-hmm. I'll be sure to add that to the list.
Okay. There's always a little...
Okay. Past favorite Deerfest floats. Go.
The yarn puppet monstrosity.
The stuffed moose and squirrels one.
No, thank you. Those beady dead marble eyes still give me nightmares.
Somebody knocked over a garbage can. How rude. No one's gonna pick that up? Alright. Before we leave and go to...
And welcome to Coffee World, voted Washington's best coffee-themed amusement park.
Yep, here we
All of
go.
our attractions are family-friendly and available to children of all ages, just like our coffee. So, take a sip of our Oh Dear Diner organic coffee and let the adventure begin. Hold dear life on the Espresso Express.
Don't you mean deer life?
Soak in some local history at the Huatari Well, where two serial killers once hid the disemboweled bodies of their murder victims. It's not haunted. No. Come join Mocha Moose and the goats at our amusement park petting zoo. Just don't share your coffee with the goats. Seriously, stop feeding our goats coffee. Seriously, it's not amusing. Take in amazing views from the Slow Roaster Ferris wheel. I can almost see the Watery Lighthouse trailer park. This is so much fun. And finish off at our beautiful gift shop where seniors and children under 10 receive a 9% discount on keychains and propane tanks. Welcome to Coffee World. We guarantee you'll jaw a great time.
Boy, it seems like a fun, if not cheaply thrown together amusement park. Perhaps we should visit it. Perhaps we will. Perhaps we'll visit it at nighttime when it's spooky and filled with Taken. Because this is a horror game and it's an amusement park, so what else would that be happening? Anyways, there's a couple of rooms here that we can sneak around in.
That concludes our debate on whether pets should be allowed at this year's bake sale. For those of you just tuning in, you're listening to the Pat Maine Radio Hour, brought to you by Davis Family Moose Jerky. And boy, what an eventful day here in Bright Falls. By now, we've all seen the FBI setting up shop in town, and I'm sure you're all asking the same question I am. Did they bring all this darn rain with them? Deerfest is right around the corner, and we're all crossing our fingers for sunshine. So, I reached out to our top meteorologist for a weather update. She never responded. But I have her Uncle Tapio on the line from Watery. Tapio, are you there? Yes? Great. And Tapio, what kind of weather can we expect today? Rain. That definitely seems to be on the menu. How about over the next week? Also rain. Right. Care to elaborate? Any chance the sun will poke out in time for Deerfest? No. Deerfest is coming, rain or shine, and that parade lineup is looking dandy as ever. If I like this parade, it is there, one slope in the shape of a swan, a long neck and everything, a very large swan. So you're a fan of swans? No. Right, well, that's our time. We'll be right back after this next song by the rock and roll sensation, National Nightmare.
All right. Yeah, just like the radios in the first game. You listen to Pat talk a bit on the radio, and then you hear a song. And it's considered a collectible. And we can listen to those again, and the songs that come with them in our mind place. Anyways. Alright, and we got the commercial in the lobby already. I was waiting until this part of the game to investigate this area because none of this shit shows up if you come here too early. You gotta be here now. Let's see. This says, somebody is looking into the news and rumors from Cauldron Lake in 2010, cross-reference with old case files from New York City cult story, and find out name of a good coffee from the diner. I wonder whose room this is. Obviously, like a reporter, or perhaps even that couple. Whoever's room it is, it looks like it's been ransacked. Are they just... They've been drinking a lot of coffee. Like, a lot. Right. This says do not disturb, so we can't go in there. You okay, lady? Alright, you just keep eavesdropping or whatever. This door was just straight up open. Have we been in here? Let's see. It says, Tammy did not want me to come, I can tell. Not like the trip is even helping. I thought getting out of the city would inspire me, but Bright Falls is just a bunch of trees and empty storefronts. I need to find something. I'm tired of writing one-act plays about how shitty the world is. I thought scathing social commentary would make me feel like a real artist, but I don't know. It's not me. I want to write something weird, something really out there, something authentic, but what? Fuck this town. I don't even want to get into what happened last night. It's weird, though. Sitting here in the hotel room, some pieces are starting to fall together. An idea for a new play. A space cult, burning down the galaxy in some misguided search for TBD. A lone man, an artist, wandering the stars until his destiny puts him straight in the cult's path. All black cast? A musical? A rock opera? I wonder if this is the room of that couple. Oh, it's a manuscript page. We should probably listen to it. Maybe that'll answer.
Ed hadn't been the same since his latest show had closed. This wasn't the first time one of his productions had shuttered early. Scathing social commentary in a one-act play wasn't exactly filling seats. When Tammy told him she was taking a research trip to Bright Falls, he decided to tag along. Ed told her he wanted to find inspiration. Really, he just wanted a break from the city. But it was true that he certainly needed to find something. A voice, a direction, an idea, something authentic to himself. Ed knew he couldn't keep using Tammy's money to fund his playwriting. After the argument with Tammy, Ed stormed out of the diner and drove their rental car back to Cauldron Lake to prove a point. Now standing in the dark woods, the sun hidden by the trees, Ed wished he could remember what that point was. Something about masculinity. He cursed at himself and turned to go. Suddenly, he was blinded by a light in his face. Voices shouted and hands pushed him to the ground. Ed struggled, in vain.
Oopsie doodle. Well, that's not good. I think that is referring to that young black couple that witnessed the death of Nightingale and that we interviewed in the diner. All right. Is this another one? 2 manuscript pages in the same room. Jackpot.
Tammy tapped her pen on her notebook. Alan Wake had ridden this same ferry into town when he arrived. This was his entry into Bright Falls. His first steps across the threshold. She wrote that down. She always found it helpful to walk in the victim's shoes, do what they did, see what they saw. It added great color to the book. Tammy felt raindrops on her face. God, again? She pulled up her hood. The rain just kept coming. She missed New York. So far, this hadn't been the simple research trip she pictured. First the incident at the lake, then the fight with Ed. It's not surprising tempers got hot. They were both on edge after what had happened. Tammy had said some things she regretted. She looked out over the harbor. A chill passed through her. She hoped Ed wouldn't do anything stupid.
It kind of helps, I feel like, to expand this world and make it feel more alive, to get all this extra lore. I mean, really, if you wanted to, you could play these games just focusing on the main characters. Just focusing on, like, Alan and Saga and Jesse and all them. But
It
to
won't
know...
open.
To know that the world is much bigger and more expansive and more alive than that, to get all these little pieces of lore that are lying around and add extra context to the overall universe, I think is actually, like, pretty cool. Yeah, characters like Mr. Door may be mostly
this is
in...
the third time I've requested something be done about the TV in my room. It keeps going on by itself. It's keeping me awake all night.
Yes, sir, I'm terribly sorry for that. We've called a professional electrician. In the meantime, have you tried unplugging the TV for the night?
Oh, there's an idea, Einstein. Why don't I just get rid of everything I'm paying for in that room while I'm at it? Sleep on the floor. Go to the toilet in the corner. Yeah, I'm not unplugging it. You're fixing it.
Of course, sir.
Jesus. Unplugging it probably would have been a smart idea, but no, let's just be a Karen and bitch about it instead. Anyways. Time to go to Watery. A new location we've never been to before. We've been to Cauldron Lake and Bright Falls before, but we've never been to Watery as far as I remember. Maybe we did go to Watery in the first game, but I don't recall it very much if we did.
Yeah, Anderson, I didn't want to say this in front of Wake, but are you sure this is a good idea? Going on your own?
Assuming we believe the page, I need to check this out.
Oh wait, we did go to
We
Watery.
need to find the cult.
That's where the trailer
Anyone
park
we
is.
meet here could be a member. And this Scratch guy.
The evil doppelganger? It must be true, or else this guy can't write for shit.
The quality of his writing aside, if this page turns out to be true like the rest have, this could be a breakthrough. We might solve this thing before backup even arrives.
Yeah, but they're taking their time, so just be careful out there. Meanwhile, I think me and Wake will have a chat. Maybe I can shake something loose.
Okay. But remember what happened with the Salt Shaker?
Yeah, real funny.
I don't think there's any question
the page
that
placed me in a trailer, somewhere in Watery. I
that
should ask around.
All right, chapter 3 for Saga, local girl. I don't think it's particularly in question that Alan isn't exactly a good writer, that most of his success...
What did you used to say your dream job was as a kid? I bet it wasn't dock worker.
I don't know about all that, but idle hands are the devil's playground, so...
Well, us fishing types appreciate you all, at least.
Anyways, a lot of his fame came from... Oh, there's a missing puppy. The fact that he was basically a rebel rock star type, and he was... Remember, Alan wasn't really a good person before the events of the first game. He was, like, mistreating his friends and being an ass.
Worse here.
He was growing
More
distant...
like underwatery.
Growing distant from his
I'll
wife.
have to tell Casey that one later.
Growing distant from his wife. He had an alcohol problem, and a lot of that is why they took...
Where's the time gone? There's just a wretched husk of what used to be me left.
The whole reason they took a trip to Bright Falls in the first place was to
Watery's
deal with
definitely
that.
quaint.
To get away from it all, kind of get maybe like a fresh start.
Hello.
But then you may remember also that it turned out that the whole thing was a trick, and Alice was trying to get Alan to get help from Dr. Hartman, because she was worried about him. And that did not work out as planned either, because the story got involved and changed things.
I bet they have good fish here.
Or I guess I should say the Dark Presence got involved and changed things by taking advantage of the story. Looks like we need the screwdriver before we can get in here. So that'll be for later.
Oh, you rascal. What have you been up to this time around? There's only so many times I can keep fixing the same hole.
We're gonna follow the music. Look, it's Ati. And he's singing Yoten Yo.
Okay then. Catchy tune.
If you want to hear the full version of this song, on YouTube, look up Yoten Yo by Ati.
Excuse me. Do you know where...
Hush! Artie's in the middle of his show.
I wonder if I'm the first FBI agent to ever get shushed.
It's Rose, again, who somehow knows us. Let's see. Somebody thought that, is this watery zone Nessie? Let's see, yada yada. A majestic beast hidden in the depths of the water or an elaborate prank? Yeah, somebody thought they saw like a Loch Ness monster in Cauldron Lake. I wouldn't be surprised, they probably did. It's a straight up portal to the dark place. So, I'm not sure what all these names are. Could be an Easter egg, maybe like the people who worked on the game or something. Damn, there are no items in any of these containers. I guess the game decided I'm good for now. And look, another area where we can switch. We will end up using this later. It's basically the dressing room for the thing, for the stage.
You're a handsome dear.
Anyways, we're about to come up on some real fun stuff here in a moment. So let's just need this map. Take that. All right, we've got everything we need out of there. Time to move on. Road is closed that way. Watery Lighthouse Trailer Park.
Ilmo Koskela. Mom's family was from Sweden. I've always imagined it kind of like this. Saunas, lakes. Seems nice. Enjoying the sauna?
You bet. The steam is amazing on my creaky old joints. I'm just waiting for Ati to wrap up his show so we can crack open some beers.
I've read that taking a sauna is good for preventing dementia.
Yeah, and so is beer.
Ever heard of the cult of the tree?
The half-deer, half-man monsters? Oh, sure I've heard of them. They're the reason I can't risk taking walks in the forest anymore. If one of them shows up, how am I supposed to get away? I can't run with a bad hip. I'd be killed for sure. I could maybe use my crutches to defend myself. Do you think that'd work? You're the professional.
Probably smart just to stay in the sauna for now.
All right, well, thanks for the info. Yeah, in the real world, like
Hey,
outside...
Sarah, a sauna doesn't fix what ails ya. You're a goner.
They also say silence is golden.
I'm gonna just, dig around in here for stuff. Oh, there was an item in that.
Whew. Hot.
Oh, nothing in that room. All right. Guess we're done here. Yeah, I forgot that the retirement home is taking a trip out here to the sauna to Watery, and Ati actually works at the retirement home in the real world out here, which is weird. Like, the man is just where he wants to be. He does what he wants, and he's where he needs to be at any given moment. Truly. Oh, that's just a life jacket. I thought it was an inventory upgrade bag. But we all know he's a benevolent entity. Maybe he can be more than one place at a time. I don't know, because I know his home is basically the oldest house in at the Federal Bureau of Control. But
Hey, Saga!
here he
Over
is out here. Oh, but good. More people from this town that think they know us.
Hey, Ilmo. How did your walk in the woods with Steven go?
Another satisfied customer. I just hope he remembers to write a good review on the webpage. Great to see you back in Watery, Saga. Everyone in town missed you.
Super nice to see you again, Saga.
They act like they've known me for years. This keeps happening.
It's the story.
Are you familiar with the cult of the tree?
Yeah, we always thought it was an urban legend. Kids drawing creepy symbols to scare each other, but, Now it's gotten pretty damn real, huh?
It's terrible what happened. We're all in shock.
Well, we're looking into it. Hoping to get things back to normal soon.
We're all for that. As normal as it ever gets around here.
True that.
You own the trailer park, right? Mind if I take a look inside?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the owner of the Watery Lighthouse Trailer Park, me, can help you with that. It's good to have our funniest resident back.
Resident? I don't understand what you mean.
If this is your way of getting out of any outstanding bills, don't worry. They've been handled.
Must be hard coming back to where you and your little girl lived.
It's like they remember a different reality. Is the horror story messing with their memories?
Yeah, it could be a multiverse type situation too. But yes, the horror story is affecting reality, as we already know that's how it works from the first game.
Elmo thinks the cult is just an urban legend. Or does he?
There are things that go bump in the night. It's all true. It's all true. Sound the alarm, brother. Gather the troops, brother. Yako, the shadow of the forest is creeping closer.
They don't think it's an urban legend at all. They understand it's dangerous.
Or maybe you misunderstood what they just said, but more on that later.
Ilmo made it sound like I lived here. Does he really believe that?
Light, laughter, and love will guide you home. Saga and her daughter. Oh boy. Happy faces raise property value. Family comes first, Ilma. We take care of her trailer while she's gone. She's one of us, Yako. Her spare key is safe and sound.
The Koskela brothers have happy memories of me living here. This must be the story affecting them. I'll play along for now. I need the key to that trailer.
Yeah, in the story, she lived here, and her daughter is dead because she drowned in the lake. But we both know, you and I both know that's not what really happened.
So what is Coffee World?
You mean you haven't seen our commercial for it? Coffee World is a smooth blend of rides, food, and fun. We even had a real moose. Until recently. Plus, right next to Coffee World is the workshop of our own Kalevala Knights Motorcycle Club. We're busy building the floats for Deerfest.
Don't go peeking, though. You know, we're saving the big reveal for Deerfest.
Well, you know I'm gonna go peeking.
So... your commercials?
They're more than commercials, Saga. Our goal is to both entertain and educate local viewers about the fine products and services we provide. And, Yako here really comes alive in front of the camera. Really.
Fuck off. I'm just there for the free beer. Not sure what Ilmo's excuse is.
Hey, I'm writer, producer, co-lead, director. Do yourself a favor and, check them all out.
I'm trying.
All joking aside, yes, I would like to see my trailer. Do you have a spare set of keys?
Good for you.
Yeah, I have a spare set. They're just over at Coffee World. I'd get them for you, but Yako and I have to head to Bright Falls. The spare keys are in the gift shop safe. I'll call ahead and have someone get them out for you. Oh, the road's flooded, but if you just follow this trail behind me, it'll lead you there.
Call the gift shop so they can give Saga a hand.
Yep.
And of course, no one's gonna answer.
Nothing? What am I paying them for?
Guess they're busy.
Ay, Vito. Well, after they finally pick up, we really need to get over to Bright Falls for that, thing.
Yep.
Must be busy at the park. These are off-peak hours, Yako. They're just slacking.
All right, well, I'm not going to sit here and wait for them to answer. I'm out. See ya.
There's Coffee World. Need to get across the river.
Boy, that amusement park looks creepy in this fog, doesn't it? Makes a great image, though. Things are about to get dark and dangerous in a minute. Which is why we're being prepped.
What was that?
That was trouble. Oh! Throwing axes at me and shit. Oh, it's one of those.
Show yourself.
It's one of those fast-moving sons of bitches, the little speedy bastards. God, I hated them in the first game. All right. Who else wants some? We're in combat mode now. I see you. No, no, no. Get back here. Get back here. Get back here. Oh, there was two of you?
More people turning into Taken. Is this the cult? Or the story? Or both?
Where am I? Okay. I'm gonna go this way first, because it's a dead end, which means items. Or death. Or both.
Another rhyme.
Oh, shit. A deer doll and a moose doll. Not sure if I actually remember this one. Okay. I thought I heard footsteps that weren't my own. Okay, let's see. The gentle beast with a beautiful crown runs through the woods with a worried frown. From the hunter he flees between the mighty trees to make it out alive. So...
Huh.
Well, that was easy.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, what? I actually have no idea where the charm appeared. Like, yeah, I solved the riddle. But, damn it, sometimes they appear, like, right there, and other times they're just, like, hidden somewhere. And I don't know why they do that. Oh, here we go.
This is ridiculous. Another charm. Good thing Logan made me this bracelet.
Yeah, well, we're all full up, so we're good. Okay. Let me check the map real quick so I know where I'm going. Make sure I'm going the right way. There's only one way to go at the moment, so that's a yes. Because up here, this doesn't lead anywhere, right? Oh, yes, it does. It's a shortcut. To this hunting shack. Which is also a save point. Once we get the light on. There we go. And that's good because I can put this extra charm in the thing here. Ooh, another manuscript page too while we're at it.
Saga was beginning to see why Casey disliked the woods so much. They felt oppressive here. Too many places to hide. The distorted carnival music drifting from the amusement park ahead did not help. What the Koskalas had said about her living in Watery with Logan unsettled her. For the horror story to involve her was one thing, but involving her daughter was crossing a line. Something darted across the path ahead, too fast to see. Saga drew a weapon. Her eyes searched the woods. A noise overhead. Saga swiveled to look. A local. A man on the ridge above her. No, not a man. A monster with a hatchet in each hand. It shouted down at her. Hunting season was a bust!
Well, this time we got a page that told us what already happened because we literally just did that. Okay.
There's
Ooh,
another cult stash.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, thank you. Hey, if you take the crossbow out, put it back in the stash when you're done. Crossbow? Oh, yeah. Alright. Gotta figure out what the code here is. I think... Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's the ones with arrows in them. You gotta look for the numbers with arrows. So 5 has 1 arrow, so that's the first code. 2 has 2 arrows in it, so that's the second number. And 7 has 3 arrows in it, so that's the third number. So it's 527. Ta-da! Although this is, woof. This is a strong weapon, but it takes fucking forever to reload. Not a big fan, if I'm being honest. But at least we got it. Those don't sound like screams of joy coming from that amusement park. I don't know if you could hear it, but it was very unsettling. Okay. Yeah, see, what we did here is we just kind of went up here and we took this shortcut into this area. And when we could have just gone, like, all the way around. We are going to go back, though, because I think there's a collectible over here, maybe. Also, these arrows we can take. I probably did. I wasn't thinking about that, but yeah, these are up for grabs. Okay. I guess we'll use the crossbow a little bit so you can at least see it in action. Wait, am I... Okay, yeah. Plus there's item... Oh, no, wait, I can't get that item because I don't have the screwdriver yet. Never mind. I can go over here, though. For whatever this is. Oh, another cult stash.
Another one of those cult boxes.
Oh, this one's just a little beepy beep. Simon says, very easy. Ooh, propane tank. That's a great weapon to have. I actually forgot about those. So I'm gonna quick slot it to the top. Okay. And I'm gonna quick slot these flares to the top as well. There we go. Yeah, that's actually propane tank will be helpful. Ooh, a manuscript page? That wasn't here when we came up. Was it?
What had kept Watery afloat all these years? A century, if not more. The locals knew the answer. Grit. Or as they put it in the language of their Finnish forefathers, sisu. These days, Sisu was need more than ever. The town was fading. It never quite recovered from the lumber mill shutting its doors. Now the fishing was drying up as well. Most people had left to find jobs in other towns. Only the most tenacious stubbornly remained. Dug in, parasites in the body of a terminal patient. Sisu. Some people tried to resuscitate the town. The Koskela brothers double-handedly warded off the impending darkness with their ventures. Coffee World brought tourists, money, and jobs. Coffee-themed fun for all ages. The Kalevala Knights Motorcycle Club built parade floats. The bikers repaired vehicles and volunteered locally. But it wouldn't be enough. Watery needed a miracle. The end of the road was in sight, and it was coming fast.
How fun. Okay, we do still have a little bit of time, so we're gonna try to get to the theme park, although we won't get through the whole theme park in this episode. Oh shit, wolf. Well, hey, that came in handy. I guess I badmouthed the crossbow a little prematurely. Oh. I hear you, buddy. I'm not sure if I'm going the right way or not. I'm not. This leads up to a radio tower, but there is extra stuff up here. So we are going to go this way first. We're going to listen to this in the mind place because it's easier to understand. Here we go.
Welcome back, and boy, do we have some breaking news that's sure to knock your socks off. Davis Family Beef Jerky will now be available at the Sunday market in 3 delicious flavors. That's right, our favorite sponsor, Davis Family Beef Jerky, can now be enjoyed in smoked hickory, teriyaki, and hickory teriyaki. I handed out samples here at the Valhalla Nursing Home and thought I'd catch up with one of our residents to get her thoughts. Donna, how are you?
I've got chronic back pain from my spinal stenosis.
Oh, dear. You know, when I'm feeling stiff, I find a light snack helps. So, did you try that beef jerky?
No. Lunch is at 11, and I wanted to save my appetite because today was the fish soup with crackers. You're allowed up to 4 crackers, but I only take 1 unless I have a glass of cranberry juice. They ran out of cranberry juice at breakfast, which is at 7. I didn't take the oatmeal today because it makes me gassy before cribbage, and I can't
So you didn't try the jerky. Got it. Well, that's too bad, Donna. Their new teriyaki flavor sure does hit the spot.
They had teriyaki salmon with rice on Friday's dinner menu. Dinner's at 5, but we all know the salmon takes longer to prepare, and then you're late for bingo. And who needs all that spice?
I agree. Teriyaki is a shit flavor.
Who? Is that Tapio? How are you on the line?
I couldn't end the call.
You've been on the phone this entire time?
Yes, and I hate teriyaki.
Well, it's delicious on jerky. So, let's give a big thank you to Wendy Davis for these samples.
Wendy? No, that can't be right. Wendy went missing in 2010. I heard she's dead.
No, I'm referring to Wendy Davis from our sponsor, Davis Family Beef Jerky.
Wendy Davis. That's the dead one. She's dead.
Right. Well, that's our time. Remember to keep your coffee warm and your chin up because that sun shines right around the corner. Pat Maine signing off. Right, well, that's our time. Sunshine's right around the corner, so I'll leave you with this sunny little ditty to carry you through the day. Pat Maine signing off. Right, well, that's our time. We'll be right back after this next song by the rock and roll sensation, National Nightmare.
Something weird going on with Pat's show, huh? Very, very weird. Anyways, that's basically all we came up here for, was that. If I remember correctly. Oh, no, wait, there's a lunchbox over here, too.
There's another lunchbox.
Yep. Not gonna read all that right now. We're running low on time. So actually, let's get back to the save point, and then we'll go into the carnival in the next episode. Unless... There is a save point once we get across the way, but there's a bit of fighting to do before that. So I think we're just going to go back to the other one. Since it's closer. And we'll deal with those very friendly sounding Taken as well. But alright. So that'll be it for this episode. I know we didn't cover a lot of ground story-wise. At least not as much as we did in the past couple episodes, because Saga's levels are a bit longer, a bit more open, and I also stopped to explain a bunch of lore a couple times as well. So, but anyways, in the next episode, we will go to the carnival, and hopefully there's no game-breaking bugs like there was the first time I played this. Hopefully the carnival is working right. And we'll make it through that, and we'll do the next chapter as well. And once we switch back to playing as Alan, we'll actually be very close to the Old Gods of Asgard part. So look forward to that within the next couple of episodes. But in the meantime, let me know what you think of this one so far. And in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, remember to click that like button. And as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you possibly in another day, definitely at another time, and likely in another video. Okay, goodbye.